What's going on, guys? Welcome to this stimulus check update video where I want to explain why the second stimulus check now relies on President Trump to finally be issued. Today, the Senate voted on the skinny bill proposed by Senate Republicans. The Democrats end up blocking this bill, which might be really good news if you are potentially going to get a stimulus check. So I want to address that. What happened today, this vote, it was not a good day for Republicans. Republicans, Mitch McConnell specifically, he wanted to vote on this bill today. He was hoping to have some good news. Hopefully they would pass this bill. In order to pass the bill, it needed 60 votes. It needs a 3/5 majority in order to pass. It didn't get that. It only got 51 votes, and even Senator Rand Paul voted against this. He voted on the side of Democrats. Now, this means that the Senate must debate whether or not to pass this skinny package, and it's not looking likely. Now, here's the good news. The good news is this debate will most likely take up a lot of time, which will require President Trump to eventually step in. As of right now, he is currently looking into this. His team is currently looking into what options he has, what rights he has, and if it's legal for him to issue a second stimulus check. They are talking about extending the unemployment extension again, which could possibly be an additional 5 weeks. So we'll see what happens there. Now, over the next couple of weeks, you will most likely hear the word filibuster quite often. Now, I want to kind of give you an idea of what this means if you don't already know. This refers to somebody in Congress taking up a lot of time, taking up a lot of floor time, talking about almost anything that they want to. Because everybody in Congress has the right to speak. So because of that, a filibuster simply means that they are pretty much taking up more time than needed, talking about just random things, because as long as somebody's on the floor, then they will be in session, right? So that is one of the good things, and it's kind of a bad thing is if you want a stimulus package, a filibuster is not what you want. However, if you just care about a stimulus check or unemployment, then a filibuster might do a lot of good right now. So we will see what happens there. Now, a filibuster happens all the time in Congress, and in most cases it works to prevent a bill from ever moving forward. Many experts are predicting that a filibuster is going to happen. This is what we will see over the next couple of weeks. Now, why is this a good thing? Okay, I know you're probably thinking you've talked a lot about a filibuster in the Senate and the stimulus bill that will never be, but why is this a good thing? This is a good thing. This is good news because Republicans now have two options. Here are their two options as of right now, and this is based on what many experts are saying. Their two options are President Trump does another round of executive orders, and which they are currently working out the details, and I will explain that in just a minute. The second option is Republicans negotiate with Democrats a little bit more, but increase their overall offer. From last that I've heard, based on multiple reports, the last number that Republicans were going with was $1.5 trillion. Democrats, on the other hand, are at $2.5 trillion. Now, they could meet in the middle at $2 trillion. However, Democrats don't want to come down anymore, and Republicans do not want to be at $2 trillion. Based on everything that I have read, based on my research months ago, and I've been sticking with this number, I believe $1.7 trillion is going to be the magic number that Republicans are okay with. They're going to get a lot of Republicans that don't agree with this and don't want to pass a stimulus package for $1.7 trillion. However, Democrats will be a little hurt by this, but they will be okay. They will get through this and probably do another round of stimulus at some point in January, no matter who wins this upcoming election. Now, the good news is that either option will provide a second stimulus check to the American people, and it will extend unemployment benefits. The problem with Trump's executive orders is that there will be no funding for rental assistance. There'll be no funding for things like liability protections. It will not be there. There will be no funding for schools. It will just be unemployment. It will be the second stimulus check, probably money for airlines, and then President Trump wants to fix that broken tax pay cut deferral. So that's what we know right now. Now, obviously the $1.7 trillion package is much better for the economy and it would be much better for all Americans. However, it's highly unlikely that it's going to happen. President Trump will most likely have to step in and do something. I say the $1.7 trillion package would be much better because it would include things like a second stimulus check, the extension of enhanced unemployment benefits. That would be the $300 per week. That one would be unknown as of right now, but most likely be anywhere from $300 to $400 per week. It would also provide liability protections. It would have $105 billion for schools. It would also have rental assistance. Currently, there is estimates that say renters in the United States are currently behind by over $21 billion. There'll also be food assistance and funding for testing and tracing, with some other things as well. Currently, Republicans are bashing Democrats, saying that Democrats are trying to bully Republicans into accepting a Democratic wish list that is not currently needed. And you got Democrats who are bashing Republicans, saying they don't care about the American people and only care about funding for their businesses. Okay, right now the back and forth game between the Republicans and Democrats is only going to get worse, and you will see over the next couple of weeks exactly what I'm saying. However, there is some good news regarding everything that's going on, the back and forth, the talks, the no talks, President Trump coming out, Mitch McConnell coming out, Nancy Pelosi saying things, Chuck Schumer saying things. We got a lot of people saying things, but very little action. However, today the White House reporters are saying that the Trump administration is preparing for a second round of executive orders. Now, I've heard a lot of you guys' comments saying President Trump cannot do that. But I'm here to tell you he can, and he's already done some. Right? These new executive orders that he's looking into. Number one, he wants to fix the payroll tax deferral program. I don't know how he plans to fix this because it's broken in many ways. However, if it can go from a deferral, to pretty much a tax cut, then more businesses would jump on this. But a deferral, nobody really wants. Also, to issue about $250 billion in second stimulus checks to the American people. That is a big one. That is the big issue. That and the payroll tax deferral are the two things that I'm reading that people are saying that those are the two things that President Trump and his administration do not know if that can actually be passed. If he can do an executive order on those two things to fix them. Another thing, extending unemployment benefits for $300 per week. This would go on for roughly 4 to 5 weeks. So it would be good for people that are on unemployment because as of right now, yesterday, Texas, the state of Texas, got a notification saying that their unemployment extension has expired and they have ran out of funds. And the last thing is funding for the airline industry. Now, what you need to understand about this list of 4 things for an executive order is that President Trump, he already did the payroll tax deferral. He did an executive order on that. He wants to fix it in this next one. The second thing is he's already done an unemployment executive order, and that did very well. People received the money, and people really liked that. However, he hasn't done any bailout for airlines, and he hasn't done anything for stimulus checks to the American people. Like I said, that is a big one. That's the biggest one. And it's mainly the biggest one because, as of right now, many experts predict that if President Trump were to get a second stimulus check passed, which he's looking into and has been for weeks, if this gets passed, if this actually works, that would probably win him the upcoming election. So, Democrats are highly against this. They will probably fight this. There will most likely be some form of legal action, but President Trump is trying to cover his back to see if he can do this or not. So currently, the House is away on recess until Monday, September 14th. I say this because that means that over the next couple of days, tomorrow, over the weekend, we will see some updates, probably not a lot, from Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Mitch McConnell, people like that. However, we will have some updates very soon. But what I can tell you is there has been more updates for stimulus from the state and local section, right? State and local governments are issuing stimulus. Maybe not a stimulus check, but they are issuing stimulus in the form of rental assistance, food assistance. Okay, some are giving cash. So make sure that you stick around, you watch my videos, because over the next few days, I'm going to be talking more about the local stuff that you could be getting. So as always, if you want to stay updated on all things stimulus, do yourself a favor, go ahead and click that subscribe button down below so that you stay updated on everything that is going on. I promise you, over the next few weeks, I'm not only going to talk about the second stimulus check, which I've been doing for a while, but I'm also going to bring you more information on the local stimulus, the local help, the local aid that you could be getting for you and your family, whether it's rental assistance, food assistance, it's help getting a new job. I will bring that to you. So if you have any questions regarding stimulus or ways to make money online, please do yourself a favor, do me a favor, ask your questions down in the comment section below. I'll get to you as quickly as I can. But again, thank you guys for watching today's video. Do me a favor, like always, go ahead, smash that thumbs up button. Just shows me that you appreciate me putting in hours and hours of my time so that you don't have to do it yourself. And lastly, subscribe if you want to stay updated on all things stimulus. I'll see you guys on the next one.